this is attorney Brittanie James, and I am doing this live today with amazing news, which is that the DACA program is officially back. I've been talking about this for several days now, or even a few weeks now, saying that everyone who would have qualified for DACA that never applied should start getting ready to file new applications. And today we got the official notice, the court order from the judge ordering immigration to start accepting new DACA applications again, effective immediately. The order also states that anyone who was issued only a one-year DACA renewal, that those renewals will automatically be converted to 2 years, and they'll be issuing some new information about that. But yes, anyone who qualifies can file right away. And I wanted to do this live then just to answer any questions that anyone has, especially about DACA, because this is huge. I highly encourage anyone who qualifies to file right away, but also I do always recommend that if anyone has DACA or is applying for DACA, that you also consult with an attorney, because sometimes we can find some other more long-term solutions, another path to residency, but DACA is a great option in the interim to get work authorization, protection from deportation. So DACA is amazing. Let me see, I have some questions here on TikTok. Will the applications be the same way as they were from the start of the program? Yes, it's going to go back to the exact same way that it was when the program was initially started in 2012. And just to review through those requirements. So anyone that's applying for DACA, they have to show that they entered the United States prior to their 16th birthday, that they entered the United States also prior to June 15th, 2007, that on June 15th, 2012, that they were under 31 years of age. They also have to prove that they either graduated from school here or that they're currently in school. And currently in school could mean that you're studying to prepare to take your GED exam. If you don't speak English well, it could be taking English courses. And just about most types of adult education programs will qualify, or also if you want to go ahead and get your GED, that qualifies as well. There are also some restrictions to DACA for people with certain criminal records. You cannot apply for DACA, unfortunately, if you've had a DUI, if you've had a domestic violence charge, drug trafficking, any type of what they call significant misdemeanor, which is usually, like I said, the DUI, domestic violence, drug trafficking. I believe there might be a couple others I'd have to double check. So if you have a specific conviction, then I can check on that for you. Or if you've had 3 or more misdemeanor charges, and that does not include simple driving offenses like driving without a license if it did not involve alcohol. So those would not disqualify you, or also any type of felony record would disqualify someone for qualifying for DACA. But DACA is also available to anyone, even if you meet all the other requirements, even if you have a deportation order, you can still apply for DACA. So this is huge for a lot of people. All right, let me see what questions I have here. From Karen Almeida on Instagram. Hi, I do have a paper where my mom enrolled me to school and also my passport. Will that be enough to prove? My passport is from June 2008. So you do need to have something that shows that you were here prior to June 15th, 2007. So if you were enrolled in school prior to that date, then that should work as far as showing your presence here prior to June 15th, 2007, and prior to your 16th birthday. The passport being in June 2008, that's not very helpful because it was after. I mean, you can still use it for proof of physical presence, because you also have to show presence from June 2007 to the present. So you would want to show whatever documents you have, some documents for each year showing that you've been here. But that wouldn't work for the being present prior to June 15th, 2007, obviously. So you'd need to have something else for that. So hopefully your school records would work. All right, Vanessa. So wait, so is it back now or since when? And when can I apply? I really want to apply. So it is officially back as of today. So you can apply right away. The judge in his order actually ordered USCIS that by the end of the business day Monday, they have to post official notice on their website that they're accepting new applications, because this judge, I think, is very concerned after seeing what happened after the Supreme Court order where USCIS should have started accepting applications again. After he saw how they treated that, he wanted to ensure that that does not happen again and make sure that his ruling was very, very specific of what they need to do. So they do have to accept new applications immediately. Okay, so if you qualify, then yes, you can file right away. Okay, and if anyone wants assistance with their applications, of course, you can call our office, schedule a consultation, and we would, we could open up a case to help you apply if you wanted legal assistance. But I also, like I said, I do recommend that anyone that qualifies for DACA, that has it or that's filing, that they do consult with an attorney to see what other options do they have. Because like I said, DACA is amazing, but it is always good to try to look for more long-term solutions, which you may have and not know it. All right. So again, yes, if anyone has any other questions, go ahead and post your questions here. All right, Zuri. So I just renewed my DACA again, and they received my renewal on August 19th, and I haven't got it back. All right, so as long as you filed in within the regular time period that you're supposed to file, then they should be processing your application. I have seen recently that there's some applications that have been taking longer than they were in the past. I believe their official processing times are that they're working on applications from sometime in June or July. But in some way, it may be good that they didn't process your renewal yet, because if they did, then they would have only given you 1 year and you would have had to deal with waiting for them to issue you a new 2-year card. But they have changed the renewals back to 2 years. So once they do process your application, you should get the 2-year card instead of 1. So you won't have to deal with that. But you can check on the USCIS website and see what the processing times are. And once it shows that your application is outside of the processing times, then you can contact USCIS and do what's called a service request, and they will check on the status of your case. And sometimes that pushes things along a little bit faster. Okay, and this question from Beso666. So in June of 2020, I decided to apply, but it got rejected because they weren't accepting it. Can I still apply? Yes, if you meet all the requirements, then yes, you can apply now because they are accepting new applications. It does not affect you that it was rejected before, so you can definitely go ahead and apply if you meet all the requirements. Okay, Tisak Valdez. What if I exited and entered the country with a visa but overstayed the visa? Would that affect it? So I would need to know more information about the details of the dates of your entries and exits. If you were continuously here since June of 2007, so if these entries and exits were prior to that, then you would qualify. And as long as you were under 16 when you entered and under 31 in June of 2012. But otherwise, it depends. I would need to know more details there. So if you want to schedule a consultation and talk about that more, then you can contact us at 772-539-8400. And I would be happy to do a consultation with you and go over it and see if you would qualify or not. All right. And Vanessa, you're welcome. Let me see what other questions I have here. Dylan, what is the best way for a student to get a residency from living here for 5 years? I would really need to know more information. There's not really an automatic path, let's say, for someone that's here on a student visa to just apply for their residency. We would need to find some type of underlying basis for you to qualify outside of being a student. So you can contact us if you want to schedule a consultation. All right. And I want to try to, I'm not going to be on live for very long right now. I want to try to mainly focus on any questions that anyone has regarding DACA right now. And you can post your questions in English or in Spanish. Quiero tratar de enfocar ahorita más en preguntas sobre el programa de DACA. Porque como estuve explicando en inglés, es que ahorita el programa de DACA regresó completamente. Un juez ordenó que inmigración tiene que aceptar nuevas aplicaciones. So, si usted piensa que califica para DACA, pero nunca hizo la aplicación antes, debe preparar y puede hacer la aplicación ya. So, esta semana que viene debe juntar todo y hacer su aplicación, porque DACA es un muy buen programa para tener su permiso de trabajo, para tener protección de deportación. So debe aplicar si califica. All right, Karen, what's the date that you have to prove that you were here again, please? So you have to prove that you were here prior to June 15th of 2007, okay? And also that on that at the time that you entered that you were under the age of 16. And I mean, of course, you know, there's some little details that can affect any case. So for example, if you came when you were very young, say in 2000, and came for only a couple years and left, and came back before 2007, but it was but at that point you were over 16, it would still count that you were showing that you were here prior to age 16. So if you have questions about the details of that, then it's best to schedule a consultation so that we can talk about all the details of your entries. But yes, in general, you have to prove you came at some point prior to age 16 and somehow established residency here, and that you've been continuously present here from June 15, 2007 up to the present day, and that you either graduated from school or that you're currently in school. And then also you have to be careful with the criminal record issues. All right, and this other question, will the DACA process go faster if I'm in the military for my wife? Of course, so technically it's not really supposed to go faster, but you can always include that information in the packet, but I doubt that it will affect the case because they'll probably just put it in the regular process. But if you're in the military and if you're a citizen or a resident, then there are some special processes that your wife may qualify for to be able to apply for what's called parole in place and for her residency. So I would definitely suggest, if you have not already, to consult with an attorney about her options and see what you can do to help her, because she may have much better options than DACA. All right, Andrea, I applied October 2nd, but the only thing I got so far was my receipt. Especially right now with COVID and the pandemic, that's relatively normal. I mean, they should be scheduling you for biometrics unless they're using your prior biometrics from your last application. But I have not been seeing the applications get approved in a month or 6 weeks the way that they were in the past. They're working on applications right now, I believe, from June or July. So it'll probably still be a little while before your application's approved. But you can check the USCIS processing times on the USCIS website. And once it shows that your application's outside of processing times, then you can contact USCIS and let them know that, do what's called a service request, and they will usually speed up your application then. All right, Leslie, what are the requirements for somebody who is married to a citizen? So I'm mainly talking about DACA again, but aside from DACA, I mean, for someone who's married to a U.S. citizen, there are various different options for them to apply for their residency. It really depends on the details of their case. Some of those options would require the person to leave the United States. Some of them they can apply for the residency here. So I would really need to know more details about your situation to see what we can do. So if you want to schedule a consultation with me to talk about it in more detail, then you can call us. Again, you should see my phone number on the screen, but it's 772-539-8400. All right, let me see. And again, if anyone has any more questions about DACA, go ahead and push your questions. I will not be on for too long tonight. Okay, Maria Catalan. So if they send you a 1-year card, you will get a 2-year later on. Are we going to have to pay for it? So I don't know all the details yet, but I do know that the judge ordered that they have to provide an extension to extend it to 2 years for anyone who got the 1-year card. And that's something that he ordered them to provide some type of notice. I believe, I was reading the order a few minutes ago. I believe that they have to provide notice within 30 days that they will be extending the cards. Let me see. Okay, so I have the order in front of me now. So the order states that immigration is directed to post a public notice within 3 days of the order, stating that it's accepting the first-time request, renewal request, and advanced parole request based on the original terms of the order. And the notice also has to make clear that deferred action and employment authorization documents granted for only 1 year are extended to 2 years automatically. So that is supposed to be automatic. As far as whether they're going to actually issue new cards or not, that's not actually in the order, but it is in the order that they have to post a notice stating that the 1 year cards are automatically extended to 2 years. So hopefully we should get more information about that in the coming days. Probably when they post their notice, they'll probably explain whether they'll be issuing new employment authorization cards or not. So we'll have to wait and see. But if you did get the 1 year card, then it will automatically be extended to 2 years. All right, Jesus, if they left for a year, came back before being 16, can you apply? Yes, as long as they have been continuously present here since June 15th of 2007. Okay, so if that departure and reentry was prior to June 15th, 2007, then they would still qualify, and as long as they meet all of the other requirements. All right. Hola, Lucas Alonso. Buenas noches, Juan Montoya. Buenas noches, Elizabeth. Veo sus comentarios aquí. Si tienen algunas preguntas, puede poner sus preguntas también en español, pero estoy tratando de enfocar más hoy sobre el programa de DACA. So, cualquier pregunta que tiene sobre DACA, puede poner todas sus preguntas en inglés o en español, en cualquiera de los dos, y puedo tratar de contestar en más preguntas que puedo sobre el programa de DACA, ¿ok? Y para revisar un poquito en español los requisitos, para calificar para DACA, tiene que probar que entró al país antes de tener 16 años. También que estuve aquí continuamente desde el 15 de junio de 2007 hasta ahorita. También tiene que probar que en el 15 de junio de 2012, que tenía menos de 31 años, tiene que probar que graduado de escuela aquí, que tiene su GED, o que está ahorita en la escuela. Y la escuela que están ahorita puede ser para... Hola, Kathy, ¿cómo estás? El programa puede ser un programa para preparar por el GED, un programa también para aprender inglés, para preparar para hacer el programa, el examen de GED. Y también, aparte de eso, tiene que probar que no tiene mal récord criminal, no puede calificar si tiene una felonía, si tiene un misdemeanor grande, por ejemplo, un DUI, una convicción de violencia doméstica, si tiene más de 3 arrestos de cualquier tipo, 3 misdemeanors o convicciones, pero no cuenta por eso si son solamente cargos por manejando sin licencia. Ok, si tiene esos, no tiene que preocupar. Ok, pero por otros crímenes, tiene que tener cuidado y tiene que verificar que no va a afectar su caso antes de aplicar. Ok, pero como hasta ahorita, puede hacer sus aplicaciones inmediato. Inmigración tiene que aceptar las aplicaciones ahorita y por lunes o quizás antes del lunes, inmigración tiene que poner una notificación en su página de web de USCIS diciendo que están aceptando las nuevas aplicaciones, también las renovaciones ahorita por 2 años en vez de 1, y las aplicaciones para pedir lo que se llama el Advanced Parole, que es el permiso para viajar. Esos van a ser aceptados de nuevo. Ok. Y si quiere ayuda de hacer su aplicación, o si quiere consultar conmigo sobre haciendo la aplicación de DACA o sobre si tiene alguna otra opción para quedar aquí o otra opción para hacer la residencia, puede llamarnos para programar una consulta. Nuestro número de teléfono es 772-539-8400. So if you think that you qualify for DACA, you should make sure that you have all of your documents together, and you can go ahead and apply right away. You can start preparing your application now. If you want my help filing the application, then you can call us and schedule a consultation. You can also call us and schedule a consultation if you want to review your options to see if you have any better options, if you have any other long-term options or an option to actually apply for residency or leave to residency. And our phone number to call to schedule a consultation, again, it's 772-539-8400. But I highly recommend that anyone who is eligible, get all your documents together and apply. DACA is huge. This is a huge program. We're so excited that this is back, because anyone in the situation of people that qualify for DACA deserve to be able to stay here. And our goal is to try to help as many people as we can stay in the United States and be able to remain here with their work permit and eventually their residency. So if you, again, if you want to meet with me directly about your case, call us and schedule a consultation. Otherwise, anytime that I am on live, you can jump on, ask questions, and I will be more than happy to try to answer your general immigration questions as much as I can. All right, so I think this is all for tonight. If I get any other news about DACA, if anything changes, then I will definitely post something and let everyone know. But, all right, well, have a good night. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Llámanos si quiere programar una consulta conmigo. All right, bye-bye.